Fantastic Four, we need you on the helicarrier right away. I can't explain the situation over our comms, but it isn't good. Please get here as soon as you can.
Leaving these trails of money around.
Oh!
That switch will need some kind of weapon or sharp object to trigger it.
What's going?
I told my boyfriend to meet me up here so we could have a romantic movie moment, but clearly that fool thought I meant some other giant pointy building in Manhattan. If he doesn't get here soon, we're watching back-to-back rom-coms for a week.
So far, so good. How about yourself? It's life. I don't know. Why would people love June? Well, a lot of people do stuff because it's usually weather turns. You're a maintenance guy, you know, like people want shit done, so. Well, then you shouldn't have squeezed in a family vacation on the busiest time of the year. Well, yeah, that's why you took the vacation. You wanted time off of work, obviously. You clearly jumped at the first opportunity. You might not have been happy, but you jumped at the first opportunity to get out of work. Okay.
Oh.
Ooh, it's on a Friday this weekend, this year. They got kicked out of Canada? That's awesome.
Claude, I'm so mad at you I could have a passionate argument on top of the Empire State Building. My movie.
And you married into him. True. Now it's your bloodline. How about that? Dude, alright, so like I have a lot of cousins and shit. Like, I actually do. On my mom's side of the family, like, everybody had, like, 3 kids and stuff like that. Now you add in, like, kids' and shit like that. I guess the second multiplier. But, like, there's no way, though. 103, dude, we couldn't add, like, even with everybody. Like, we couldn't touch that.
I'm all over this game. At what point?
Yeah.
Do I stop being a cameo and start being a star?
Ooh. I guess, yeah. All right. So my Jessica brings up a good point. My dad's dad had several other families, and my dad has 11 half brothers and sisters. I'm not actually 100% sure what the full number is there. So on that side of the family, there might be somewhere because that dude had 16 children between 3 different families. So that's like maybe. I don't know the logistics there either. That's like a Jess just brought that up. So this guy never divorced anybody. He just fucking he moved to Chicago, or what is it? Went from Virginia to Detroit to start a family or to work, and then while he was in Detroit, just fucking started another family. And then when he got done in Detroit and retired, he moved to Indiana, where I guess he made some really good investments and made some money. And then when he died, he had another family in Indiana, and motherfucker got around. My dad met his half brother when he was at he was at his funeral, and he met his half brother.
Oh, I sure hope the world isn't plunged.
Never even knew he knew that he knew his dad was a piece of shit, but he never knew the depths of it. Different folks, yeah.
Hey, thanks, guys. How dare these supervillains meddle?
Is it a plane?
Exactly. He did. It's that story. That's like the story in fucking Waterboy. He was sending checks, and then one day the checks just stopped coming. Yep. Everybody moved on their own. That was like I said, he moved to Detroit and was sending home checks, and then one day the checks stopped coming. You motherfucker, what are you gonna do? So when you say Cabbage Patch, are you talking like one of the original kids that was sent through the mail?
And a Sphinx.
That's like one of the worst stories, because you know why all that shit happened? Is because soldiers came home and their wives were pregnant and or had kids, and some of these guys were gone for like 3-4 years.
We cannot allow these scoundrels to ravage my homeless. Help me disable
so they
this
just gave up the kids for adoption. Like, we'll start fresh. Let's just get rid of these kids. Oh. Well, that sucks.
On the wall. Do we have something that would fit in that?
That's insane. Deadpool to Joe Biden, huh? You do know Joe Biden used to be his babysitter for the first marriage, right? It's the way it is. Oh. So that makes it awkward, right? Like, that's like I always like the TV stories, like where the dude marries a guy from his son's like high school. Like, oh, that would be hilarious in my mind, you know. My dad married some like the whore from high school. Yeah, she'll take care of that for you. But the problem is she's probably going to screw you out of any inheritance that there might be. I'm just saying the one, you know, there's probably.
The people of Wakanda thank you, and so do my fists, which really didn't feel up to smashing that machine.
Well, I'll go ahead. My cousin was left a lot of money after both his parents passed, and I guarantee you he would have given it all up in a heartbeat to get his parents back. So. Oh, okay. She's already pissed it away. So she has screwed you out of money, but, you know, it's already over. I always tell my parents, like, my mom always says she plans on leaving or something. I was like, just spend it. Just spend it all. If you're going to give it to us now while we can use it. Just spend it. Just have fun. You want to do whatever. It's your money, you fucking earned it. Spend it on whatever. We're not Egyptians. Exactly. It's just enough to pay some bills. Help you get caught up and yep. I'm just going to spend it. Dude, I would say just spend it because then it makes less awkward situations between, you know, my brother and I. That's not bad.
Oh! Oh!
Oh. Yeah, at least he's got a purpose. It kind of sounds like the dude's not destined to. He's not destined to let other people die without giving some of their money. But I do know some people can't be alone. I always go back to the story of my buddy Kevin when he got divorced and everything. He was in this house in Brunswick, and it was super hilarious because the neighbor
Behold my latest
was getting a
invention,
divorce
the
too,
duck
and
delighting bread
before
cake.
his divorce was
Help me charge it
finalized,
up, dearie.
he had a fiance.
I'll let you launch the bread to those hungry ducks.
And it was just, I always thought that was really funny. And Kevin used to always, he's definitely got the horse saddled before the you know. He's got the next horse already, you know. He's got the saddle on the next horse before it's even. Do what they know, right?
Good work, dearie. One of the ducks was carrying this in his beak. Take it as a reward.
They always are. That's actually one of the saddest things I think I've ever felt for Jess. Is like with the stuff that went down for her dad. The last time he was here, I think I told you the story, it's just mentally he wasn't here, and he was just he's a different person.
Hi there.
Okay, you travel, right? You've been around a little bit. All right. You ever met a Florida homeless person? How they're a little bit different, a little bit off, everything like that. It's kind of weird. Like, I haven't seen one since I was a kid, since I was in Florida. But like, they're different from Cleveland homeless people, because Cleveland homeless people are like, they're clearly yes. Well, every homeless person kind of chooses to be homeless. That's like the weird catch to it. Yeah. Well, this was like, I don't know, but they have this like, yes, like
My friend Potter and I were
he's the
pursuing some crooks
beads
through
and
the
everything
alleyways,
like
but we got
that. Like,
separated and he hasn't
I
come
don't know.
back.
Did you see the Matthew
Could you find
McConaughey
him?
movie, Beach
Short,
Bum?
dark, and answers to
That's
Mr.
her.
Tillman.
Like, that was a lot like her dad's personality. But when he was here, like, he was just crazy. He started barking. Thought he was General Patton.
Times Square? It don't look very square to me.
Yeah, just not very good stuff. My family, Justice had to put up with so much crap from my family too. It's outrageous. Yes, I'll give you that's 100%. My mom loves pushing those buttons. I would say my biggest issue with my parents, my mom, is she always says I'm screaming, and I'm yelling. And it's always been the same way since I was a kid. It's because when I talk, you don't fucking listen. I will talk, be normal. I've tried avenues of peace and everything with you. You don't listen until I start yelling, and then that's when you pay attention. I don't do this with anything else. Like, nobody, I don't yell at work. It's one of those weird things. Like, the first time I freaked out, it was one of those weird things, like, whoa, they knew they pushed my buttons, because I don't usually lose my temper at work. I try and, Exactly.
He's all right, I suppose.
No, I'll tell you what my mom did. My mom broke our toilet after I told her not to mess with it. And then afterwards, luckily my older brother was able to pull our asses out of the fire and come replace it and do all that. Now, I know how to do it, but I didn't before. Exactly. And then luckily he came to do all that. And then my mom was like, well, you should be thanking us. It was going to break eventually. You needed a new toilet. And it's like, yeah. The thing was, like, we didn't have the money to replace it, and you just listened to me. In a month or so, we would have the money to replace it, and that's when we planned on doing it. Yes, it ran, but all you had to do was jiggle the handle. Now it's not flushing at all. Now, this is another thing, like, my mom could not comprehend. Like, if we don't get Terry to do that, we have to call a plumber, and that's like $600 to more money that we don't have. So it was like, this was a huge deal. And like I said, to hear, well, you should thank me because, it was going to break anyway. It's like, just because it was going to break anyway doesn't mean that it needs to be fucking broken. And I told you not to fuck with it. Exactly. That would be odd.
I sure hope the world isn't plunged into some terrible apocalyptic danger.
I need a cup of coffee.
So weird.
He's all right, I suppose.
So your dad just like went all in on that.
Is it a plane?
Like, I'm not hating, but it's just like, whoa. The family babysitter? So, like, when did he start banging her?
I didn't know NASA had a giant rocket.
It's pretty small.
Like, no, I think that's a fair question, right? Okay. So there's no hanky-panky while she's the babysitter then? Okay. So there's a possibility that he might have had, you know, there might have been an established relationship there. That's why she was picked out of everybody. But, okay. In your dad's times. And that's kind of funny. It is what it is. Hey, it is what it is. I mean, you didn't act appropriately, but, you know, you're right. Okay, it's once again just a funny roundabout way of blaming somebody else for your actions. What? It is what it is, you know, you can't.
I have no idea how that happened.
Oh, okay, I
Thanks,
got one
true
for you.
believers.
So a few years ago, my mom loves Longhorn, right? You know, the steakhouse. And everybody in the family always gets my mom like the same fucking Christmas gifts, like Longhorn Steakhouse gift card, bottle of wine, everything like that. Well, my mom got so many, I think she re-gifted some of them, and she was giving me a Longhorn gift card, and I was like, no, no, no. Well, my older brother thought that I was giving away the one that he gave me, and he got all butthurt about it, and it was just like everybody in the family got like a Longhorn gift card that fucking Christmas. And it was like, no, you don't understand. It's like everybody got one. And they used to, you know, and it started some fucking shit over it, dude. It actually became such a thing that I had to like, I eventually, like, even after everything was explained to him and everything, it was like, dude, after a while, this is your problem. This is not our problem. If you've got a problem with me, it is what it is, dude. And then, exactly, dude, it's like, this is the truth. This is what happened. If this is your issue, then it's your issue. It's like, I don't know what else to do, but this is not our problem anymore. You know, it's like, I've apologized, so, you know, like, this is what it is. You have a misconception. We all got a Longhorn gift card, dude.
I think this cement stand the man.
Pain in the ass.
Was it a plane? I gotta apologize to my old lady for ruining a big romantic night, but my masculine pride keeps getting in the way. If only someone could just take control of my brain and make me do it.
Well, there's not much you can do in that situation because, you know, like you said, everything he's going to hear is going to be fucking second, third hand. Yeah. You know he's protective of his wife, though. I'm going to ask a serious question, though. Could you have handled the situation better on the phone, or did you immediately just start getting into this bitch? Ooh, that is a huge... Alright, yeah, that's a big one.
Oh, I sure hope the world isn't plunged into some
Oh yeah, with all their fucking problems they're having now, yeah, I wouldn't go there. Good point, isn't it? You know, there's so many other... You've got a point there. It's not like a great haven or anything like that, right? What about the... you know? Yep. No, I kind of agree with you there. That's a huge trip in my mind. being white in South Africa right now is a huge deal.
Move!
Like, why? Like, who picked this?
I know what you're thinking.
His wife. Right. So as part of it, I'm going to ask a question right now. Do you think, like, I've never met this woman, but as part of her, like, do you think she's like, she heard South Africa in the news and like, that's a great place to go? Isn't a big deal. Okay.
I don't know what you, I said to her, Mac, but looks like she's forgiven me. Hey, now I know who to call when I forget our anniversary. Am I right?
Okay. I get that. You're not a, what do they call that? Oh shit. Where you're not one of those guys where you have to follow like the guidelines. Oh my god, you know what I mean? What do they call that? Itinerary. Oh.
Oh, he doesn't look as tall in real life.
This is true. But usually the problem is with the locals, you never know if you can trust them or not. Jackass.
Thank you for saving your generalist.
Unfortunately, I don't think aliens do exist. I think they're a scam perpetuated by the government to keep people looking up instead of looking at the government.
Oh!
I don't know. It's weird. You don't think so? What about have you heard the recent conspiracy theories that the Chinese have been mining helium-3 off the moon? And that our government's worried that we're going to get the new race is actually going to be a race of materials out of space.
Everywhere I go,
Stuff from different shit from Mars, metals, and They don't like that until it hits us. It's not our problem.
Oh! He's all right, I suppose.
I don't understand the science behind it. Six car batteries, one electric vehicles now.
Look, Timmy, it's that hero we like.
Oh!
Yes. Would be the same stuff that they were using in their spy balloons before we shot them down. That were so high up. Yes, Argentina's going to release the footage. Dad, did you ever watch the documentary Hunting Hitler? Those guys proved that he was still alive. The little girl. The girl. The lady who was like, oh, I used to fucking know Hitler used to fuck. I was his personal maid. He would always ask for me. He would tip me in little fucking gold bars, and then she fucking pulled out the little gold bar with the Nazi symbol on it. You're like, holy shit, that bitch's fucking seen Hitler. Yep. They had to get out of the country, and that's where the fucking, that's where the church got them out. Yep. Catholic Church is the one that got all those fucking people out of fucking... I don't think they got Hitler out, but they got all the fucking high-ranking Nazis out. The real high-ranking Nazis, the ones they couldn't afford to lose. The people with billions of dollars even back then. I know some people say, I know, but I guarantee you they had billions of dollars back then. They were the ones that made all the money. Shit that they took with the slave labor and everything, yeah. They voted for it. You think that you're going with they falsified numbers? I don't know. That's perception of how they got involved in World War II. They could be. I've always wondered about things myself from a different standpoint. Like, they say Genghis Khan killed over 1 billion people, right? Or not 1 billion, but he killed, like, you know, like 50 million people. Well, I think it's... Exactly, right? So, like, how are they getting that many people, and why weren't they able to band together to fight him? If you have 50 million people, your army should be fucking pretty massive, right?
There's no limit to the scope of my cameo talent. Where's my award for best cameo?
Like the fighting didn't cause the diarrhea. This is true. See, I was like, you know, I like these shows, these Viking shows. That's why I think they show it more realistically. Is these battles weren't thousands of people versus each other. It's usually like 50, 60 people, maybe 25 are warriors, maybe 20, 25, and then the rest are just like, you know, people that want to help out.
There's no limit to the scope of my cameo talent.
I've only had my license 10 minutes!
Yeah. Well, that's because I think what we're starting to find out more is like a lot of stuff in history was falsified just so people can... They twist facts to suit their theories. Yes. That's right. I get kind of mad about this whole Tartaria conspiracy theory because it absolutely doesn't make any sense. It's like how they get everybody in on the lie. But then the only time it actually could, the possibility that it could make sense would be if you look at World War One. When you realize what when you realize what World War One was over, it was really three fucking first cousins fighting over about 200 miles.
Hey! That guy doesn't look too good. Oh, watch it, buddy.
He's all right, I suppose.
We should go check out that circus that's in town.
Yes. I like how you use the like most corrupt place on the planet.
Oh my gosh.
Excuse me.
Oh my gosh.
Manifest destiny. Yeah, but you're acting like they had OSHA and rules like they did now. No, what they had were people that worked they had people that worked until they basically were exhausted, if not died from exhaustion, to do all this shit. Like, dude, back then they were still very much indentured servants more than they were employees. Like, that's like, I hate when people like, how did they build the pyramids? With slaves. Millions of fucking slaves that they gave no fucking shits about. They were built with slaves, no matter what. You can understand everything else, they were built by slaves.